Am I the a-hole for calling the cops on my sister after she borrowed my car? I, 29 male, live alone and work early mornings. My sister Kayla, 26 female, has always been impulsive and bad with responsibility, but my parents constantly excuse her behavior as that's just how she is. Last month, Kayla lost her license due to unpaid tickets. Because of this, I've been very clear she is not allowed to drive my car. I need it for work and can't afford issues. Last weekend, my parents hosted a family dinner. Kayla showed up late and complained the whole time about how hard it is to get rides. I ignored it. The next morning, I woke up to go to work and my car was gone. I checked my phone, no messages, no missed calls. I walked outside thinking maybe I parked somewhere else. No, gone. I texted Kayla with no response. I called her and it went straight to voicemail. 2 hours later, I get a text. Relax, I just borrowed it. I'll bring it back. I lost it. I told her she stole my car and to bring it back immediately. She laughed and said I was being dramatic and that she was just going to a friend's place. Here's the kicker. She admitted she was driving without a license. I panicked. If she crashed, I'd be liable. I gave her 30 minutes to return it, and she didn't. So, I called the police and reported my car stolen. About an hour later, Kayla was pulled over. My car was impounded, and she was arrested for driving without a license. Now my entire family is furious with me. My parents say I ruined her life and that I should have handled it privately. Kayla is telling everyone I snitched on her and got her arrested over nothing. I feel awful, but I also feel like she left me no choice. So, am I the a-hole? I don't know why anybody would think that that's okay. And look, if I got up and I was about to leave for work and my sibling stole my car, borrowed my car, I'd be pissed too. And look, I think it's a perfectly reasonable response to be worried that if she's driving without a license, that the insurance probably wouldn't cover that if she got into an accident, and it would just be this huge legal battle. And who knows what could come of something like that. I wouldn't want to be held responsible for that. And I'm pretty sure you would only be held liable if you did give someone permission to drive your car, knowing that they can't do so legally. So he really covered himself by calling the police and reporting the car stolen, because if she did get into an accident, she would be the one who stole a car and drove it without a driver's license and then caused an accident. She would be liable for that and not the owner of the vehicle. Would anybody want to do that to their brother or sister or any other family member? Probably not, but I can understand why he felt like he was left with no choice. But there's an update. So let's see how it played out after this update. Things got worse than I expected. So a lot happened. Turns out Kayla wasn't just going to a friend's. She was driving to a party 2 towns over. She also had alcohol in the car, open containers. That's why the police took it so seriously. My parents tried to bail her out and found out this wasn't her first offense. She has multiple unpaid tickets they didn't know about. Her license suspension was longer than she told everyone. Now my parents are embarrassed and angry, but still blaming me. They asked me to apologize to Kayla to keep the peace. I refused. Since then, Kayla has been posting vague social media posts about toxic family and betrayal. One of my cousins messaged me saying I should have just taken the L. I don't think I overreacted anymore. I think I finally stopped enabling her. So yeah, still wondering. Am I the a-hole? I don't know why the parents are so okay with what happened. It's like nobody is taking it as seriously as they should be. And now to find out that she actually has more of a record than we all knew about, it's not surprising that she's prone to this kind of behavior. And it really sounds like, based on the parents' attitude about this whole thing, that they've been enabling this crap for who knows how long. And look, the OP is only 3 years older. She's 26 years old and she has a track record of this bad behavior. So who's been allowing this kind of crap to go on for this length of time and hasn't somehow nipped it in the bud? because their whole attitude is that she is the way that she is. That's basically, it is what it is. Well, if she's not going to take responsibility for herself and the parents aren't going to take responsibility. I mean, she's 26 years old. So at this point, it's not really their problem, but they shouldn't be giving the OP crap either. He's 29 and he's more responsible and he's only 3 years older. So I don't understand why there seems to be this odd favoritism. It just makes zero sense to me. They somehow just seem to think that calling the cops on your sister was just the wrong thing to do. And it's not like he wanted to. Nobody would want to have to do that. But at the end of the day, if you're not going to take responsibility for your actions, and she was being a total brat about the whole thing. Like, he was just trying to go to work, and that's when this whole thing started. So zero sense of responsibility or caring about anybody else, but somehow it's his fault that we're in this situation. Makes no sense to me. Some people might think it's extreme to call the cops, but I mean, honestly, nobody should have to wake up in the morning and have to worry about whether or not their car is going to be in the driveway because their sibling or another family member borrowed the vehicle from them. Like, in what world would anybody enable that behavior? I don't know what else to say. I'm completely dumbfounded. So I'm going to leave it to you now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.